Here we have a new 2025 Buick Envista. This one comes in the Avenir trim level in moonstone gray metallic. And then we have the ebony and terracotta accent leatherette interior. For the powertrain, we get a 1.2 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. That's made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Coming around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with our LED daytime running lights. And a nice sophisticated look for this Avenir. Love the newer Buick badge there. And then down to these wheels. These are gonna be 19-inch aluminum. Passive keyless entry on the front. And then down here to the door panel, power door lock controls are here. We get express down on all 4 doors. Power mirror controls are there. Blind spot monitor in that side mirror. And then we have a power lift gate. Hood release, manual tilt, telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. Love the stitching there. But a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Envista today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are finding to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But a lot of features for the back seat of something like this is definitely a compact SUV, if you want to consider it that. But legroom is not terrible. I can actually sit back here, but wouldn't want to do it for longer trips or anything like that. There's a sunshade. Middle seat folds down. Bottle holders are there in the middle. It looks like the child locks are on and the window locks are on. So let me go ahead and grab that. So for the child locks, that's lock, unlock there. And I apologize, the wind is pretty bad today. That's a fun fact, this is E85, so you can put that in there if you want to. But to the back end, LED tail lamps. Now the lights down here I don't believe are LED, and those are your brake lights, but I like the look again. Big plus having a power liftgate on something like this. Top tethers are on the back of the seat here. Spare tire underneath. And I like having the nice deep side pocket there. Now as we come around to the rear passenger side, hit this lever, folds the seat down, and then pretty easy to pull it up, lock it into place. And I'm going a little faster on the walk around portion of the outside just because this wind is so intrusive. So manual 4-way seat there. And let's take a quick look at the window sticker, and y'all can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look at anything. But $31,485 is the sticker price. Not bad for what all you get, I think. And pretty good fuel economy numbers. Now as we come back around to the front end, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 1.2 liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine. Let's show off the turn signals. Love that we get them in the side mirrors. I just reviewed a 26 Terrain AT4 that did not have the blinkers in the side mirrors, so I'm glad to see it on this Envista Avenir. But love the leather wrap steering wheel here. I like the flatter bottom there. There's the horn. Now over here to the radio, we get AM, FM, XM, along with Bluetooth audio. We also get our wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. Single zone automatic climate control, so we can adjust that, fan speed and all that, temperature, direction, cut the whole system on or off in the screen. And you also have buttons down below, and you can toggle a few things along with that. And on top of that, 3-stage heated front seats. Now here, all of our vehicle maintenance and whatnot is in here. So tire pressure monitors, oil life, and then engine air filter life, and coolant battery voltage. We can control the stability control as well as the traction control in here. But a pretty simple system to use. Just gonna go through all the settings here. Language is there. Units of measurement can be changed there. And then your vehicle settings here include team driver, rear seat reminder. Backup cameras here, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You can turn those off if you want to, right at the bottom of the screen. And then volume knob is here. You can click the little power button to mute, and then you can just turn it back down. Now again, your AC controls are there. Hazards right there. Still has a plastic on there. And then down here, get a 12-volt USB-C, USB-A port, wireless charging pad, lane keeping system toggle. Your auto stop can be toggled there. And then to put the vehicle into gear, just grab the lever, pull down reverse, neutral drive, and then you have the limiter there, and you can shift on the side, and you can see in the middle at the bottom of the gauge cluster, you'll see what gear you're in there. Electronic parking brake, pull up to engage the brake, press down to disengage. Bottle holders, little storage tray here. Bigger center console cubby space there. And then up here, those are your lights, OnStar, and then you can tilt or slide the roof there. So let's see how far it goes back when we one-touch slide it. So it goes back really quickly, and then you can actually get the entire shade and the roof back there. So that's interesting. And that's kind of cool how that works. And there's a look at the back from up here. Vanity mirror. And back to the steering wheel itself. Left side, turn signals. High beams can be toggled there. You can flash, and then you can turn on the auto high beams there. We do get the automatic wipers, one time off, auto low high. We can adjust that auto sensitivity here. Pull up here for the front wiper fluid. And then behind the steering wheel on the left side, we can toggle track list or radio station presets. And behind on the right side, volume up, volume down. Cruise controls here, so we get adaptive. So to go between that and regular, turn it on, and then you just hold this X here. You can go into regular, and then you can hold it again to go back to adaptive. Set the speed there. Heated steering wheel toggle, and then the gap adjust for the adaptive cruise there. Voice recognition, mute button, and then hit this to pull up your audio sources. You can scroll through that. Hit this to pull up your Bluetooth device, and then you can scroll through, when applicable, in either of those menus there. And then you can kind of click this for an enter button. Push button starts here. Finally, here's our key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 Buick Envista Avenir out on the road for a quick test drive. So starting the test drive in this Envista here, pretty standard feeling of power here with this 1.2 turbo 3. So if you're used to having a smaller, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, you should be pleasantly surprised by how much power this does have when you put your foot in it. Now you don't really have any drive mode that you can go through or anything like that, but again, with the 6-speed automatic, it feels so natural, and when you put your foot down, you actually get a feeling of boost there from the turbo. Gonna give myself a little bit of space since no one's behind me. Here we go. Okay, not bad. I mean, really good acceleration again for such a small engine. Now the adaptive cruise control is working to keep that safe distance between myself and the vehicle in front of me. So even though I have the cruise set to 74, it's only staying at 67 to keep that distance. And then again, you do have the lane keeping system, which you can turn on. Not really a lane centering assistant, but it does keep you in the lines for the most part. But I mean, the ride quality is good. The sound acoustics in here are great, even with these bigger wheels. And I just like how well this 1.2 3-cylinder is tuned. It feels peppier in this Envista than the 1.5 Turbo 4 does in the Terrains and the Equinox. And then you also have those great fuel economy numbers on top of that. Now, I do want to give one more thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find something closer to home and you want to make sure you pay the best possible price on one of these, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now, all in all, I do think, again, for what you get for the money, especially in this Avenir, just the moon roof and the new system, having the traditional 6-speed automatic, I think is a big plus. And then just even this Turbo 3 that's mostly built in Korea, still, or most of the parts come from Korea, it's still a pretty decent vehicle on paper in terms of the power output, the fuel economy, and then just being behind the wheel of it, it's so easy to drive. It's really a simple vehicle that has a lot of tech that you'd appreciate. Adaptive cruise, blind spot monitoring, lane keeping system. And then even things like the power lift gate on this one in particular is a big plus. But if you're looking for something that rides well, looks fantastic, and feels small, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by this, especially, again, the footprint is tiny, but there's so much space in here in terms of cargo space. And with myself being 6'3", having longer legs, I can sit in here pretty nicely. And there's not a ton of space behind me, but it's a lot better than some even mid-sized trucks give you. So again, it just has a lot to offer for this price point. And honestly, I do think this is the Envistas and the Trax especially. I just think they're top dog when it comes to this segment for people that are looking for something around 30 or less. And it has all the features you want. It's easy to drive. The pickup's good from the engine. And it's just a simple vehicle that's relatively affordable with these higher interest rates. And on the luxury side of things, just having the Avenir, can't go wrong with it. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Buick Envista Avenir.